we are just days away from the 4th of July, and communities up the North Shore are putting the final touches on their celebrations. We'll share all of their schedules as we take you around the Northland, city by city. We'll start in Two Harbors, where the city is getting ready to celebrate America's 250th birthday. Events will kick off with the city band's performance at the Thomas Owens Bandshell Park at 7:30 p.m. Then guests can head to the waterfront near the depot to hear the Delicious Band perform until dusk. After that, folks are invited to stay by the water to watch the fireworks display. All of these events are free to attend. We'll continue the 4th of July celebrations in Tofte. Events kick off at 9 a.m. on Saturday with the Tofte Trek races. Then guests can head to Tofte Park Road at 11 for games, activities, bouncy houses, craft vendors, and more. After that, the annual parade begins at 2 p.m., all leading up to their fireworks display at 10 p.m. We will end further up the North Shore, where Grand Marais is hosting their annual 4th of July celebrations. Those begin at 10 a.m. with the Historical Society's silent auction. Then the annual parade will begin at 1 p.m. After that, guests can attend the pie sale at Grand Marais Christian Church and the Fireman's Challenge on Lake Street. The day will wrap up with a street dance starting at 7 p.m. and fireworks at dusk. And if there is something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email and it might be featured as we take you around the Northland, city by city. In the studio, Anna Olfelt, Northern News Now.